Now, Ford will look to once again lead the Tigers to a district crown in 2023, but Cecilia will look to threaten with Diesel Solari back under center. Breaux Bridge, they caught fire late in the season and produced a playoff upset, and Bo Shin will look to start trending upward.
Now, elsewhere in Class 3A, Eunice took District 3 4A, but this league could have gone to either the Bobcats or Rain. The Wolves only lost by 9 to Eunice in Week 6. Both teams will be looking to avenge themselves after losing in the first round of the playoffs. In their young existence, Southside put together their best season. They would top District 3 5A, going undefeated to reach the quarterfinals and only lose 2 games on the year. And heading back to Cajun Field, the Sharks are facing St. Martinville. Andrew Angel hands it to Vernell Joseph, and he's going to rumble his way down to the 1-yard line, and he would score 1 play later. Now, their success partially stemmed from former quarterback Lena Baptiste, who helped lead the offense in averaging 34 points per game. Now that Baptiste has moved on, the Sharks aim to keep their identity while building on more. For head coach Josh Fonno, they're not looking back, but instead keeping their eyes forward.
You don't want to live in the shadow of what was done before you, whether that be good or bad. So we don't talk about last year with these guys. We talk about, right now we talk about getting ready for Week 1. That's Notre Dame, and all the steps that we take to get to that point.
This year's team is very focused. We have very amazing guys that's playing with the chip on their shoulder. Everybody is just fighting for a position, and everybody's just having a lot of fire in their heart, and just everybody just wants to go and get it.
Fontenot just mentioned Notre Dame. Speaking of them, they're squaring off with Carencro. Early in the first, though, Bears QB Chance Babineau, just a scooting past the Pios and to the crib, but Carencro's on the board 7-0. One more chance. You'll hear us use that a lot this season. The Carencro Bears lost Chance Caesar to graduation, and now they'll look to sophomore Chance Babineau in leading their offense. Babineau has been known as a highly touted wide receiver, and now he transitions to quarterback. And with this move, the Bears believe he can be that steamrolling part to being a part of their offense, even in the pocket.
One of our most athletic players on the team. We're going to put the ball in his hands every snap and let things happen. But we're going to be more, I've termed our offense veer and shoot, where, we're running the veer and the next play we're in 5 wide.
Oh, he could be amazing. He a dog. Anywhere you put him, he will find a way to make it better than how it was before. You want to throw the ball, he can do it. Catch the ball, he can do it. Run the ball, he can do it. He's a dynamic player.
Now in the league, Southside looks to go back-to-back in sweeping fashion. Carencro and Acadiana will be interesting as the Rams won in the regular season, but the Bears got their lick back in the postseason to advance to the second round. Meanwhile, both New Iberia and Lafayette return over 2 handful of starters this season. They hope that's an advantage for them during district play.
And in District 5 3A, St. Martinville struggled early on but got the job done in district action. Erath's only loss in district was to the Tigers, and speaking with them during KTC Media Days, they are anxious to meet with St. Martinville in Week 6. Abbeville went in 500 in district play, and the Pirates returned 16 starters as they pushed for better district action, and Crowley swept in the district, but they returned their star-studded QB in Omar Butler. It was quite the junior season for Abbeville. Now, a contender in that district is the Abbeville Wildcats, who will be led by Super 16 member Tazarin Stewart. The senior D lineman finished 2022 with 62 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. He was also named Defensive MVP of District 3 5A. Stewart is considered a gentle giant with a heart as big as his frame, and head coach Roderick Moore says his game matches both.
Coaches want to coach guys who are going to go out there and do what they asked to do. He's the guy. Sometimes you have super talented guys that want to go do their own thing. That's not Tazarin Stewart. He's got it all in the aspect of he's got the talent to match the work ethic to go with everything else that you want in a player.
Now elsewhere in the district, Erath wideout Christian Paulette and quarterback Lincoln Romero lit up defenses in 2022. The tandem combined for a little more than 2,100 yards of total offense. And in my opinion, this duo is like the Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs of the area. And they even studied the Bills pair to get better at their craft.
Sometimes I'll be watching the Bills game and I'll see like a clip or two of like Josh Allen throwing the ball to Stephon Diggs, or anybody really throwing the ball. And I'm like, I'll send it to P, and I'll be like, that's nice. We gotta try to like implement it into our games.
Those guys want to be good, and we see it every day when they show up to work, and they go back home and they still do it. They get better even though they can't get the physical reps, and it shows on the field.
Jamarcus, the blue and white, might be telling us something there. Now, this year's Super 16 list is headlined by 4 players from LCA. Acadiana's Dominic McKinley is expected to commit next week, while Travell Frederick's home will be at Tulane. A couple of all-parish and all-district stars are listed by Reign quarterback Dylan Judice.